I'm John Jacobs, proud business manager of IBEW Local Union 494. I'm joined by,
I'm John Bailey, local member of 494 CW2.
we're going to do an interview today with John and ask him some questions and get an idea of how things came to be with Local 494. So, John, tell us about the Milwaukee Social Development Commission and how you made that connection.
I found out about SDC through a program called Absolute Advancement. So I was in the federal halfway house because I was just being released from prison. I was working a job. I was working as a CNC, CMC machine operator, and I always walked past the sign that was advertising for Absolute Advancement at SDC, and one day I just like let me go check it out because they had plumbing, electrician, and other trades on there. And when I went down there to talk to them, they told me what all they do and they could help me get into the trades if I really want to do that. So I gave it a shot. It was a 10-week program, and I just worked the 10 weeks.
I do remember being part of the Social Development Commission. You actually earned credentials while you were there, if I'm not mistaken, OSHA 30,
OSHA 10,
OSHA 10 at that
10,
time.
yeah,
Yep. Lead asbestos and awareness, I
yeah,
believe it was.
yeah,
So you walked
yeah.
away with some
Yeah,
credentials.
I walked away with a couple of credentials. Some of the guys in the group they wouldn't taking it serious, but I was always taking it serious because it was to start over for me. It was a new start for me, so I want to get the most I could out of the program and see where it would take me.
So then that enters the picture of us at Local 494
Mm-hmm.
being a partner at SDC, and that's how you and I met. Do you remember that day when we met?
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, we had met twice, but the second time we actually talked was right before the graduation, and we filled out the application. And it was like I was looking through there, and I was telling me about what construction wiremen do, and because I was saying I want to be a linesman, but he was telling me all the things. So I looked it up. I'm like, hey, if I sign it, fill out this application, am I gonna get hired right away? And you was like, yeah. So it was like,
And it was in
actually,
December.
yeah, it was actually a couple of weeks later that I was actually hired. Saying on my first contractor with Lindbergh.
Yep. Yep. So, and I'll never forget that day as well because on that application, and I'm just paraphrasing, it was something along the lines that I hope this brings about the change in my life that was needed. And to me, that was a huge impact when I read that.
Oh yeah, because I lived the lifestyle that it wasn't leading nowhere, and I did 21 and a half years and stayed in federal prison. So it's like I got to give myself a chance because ain't nobody else gonna give me a chance. So it's like when you told me I would get a job, okay, let me see, let me fill out this application. Here you go.
See if this guy's for
Yeah,
real.
I'm not worried about nobody else. It's always been about making the best moves and just sticking with them. You know what I'm saying? Regardless what obstacles I run into. You know what I'm saying? Just stick with it. It's always gonna be something that come up, but just still stick with it.
Very good advice. So you mentioned you're a construction wireman. So what level did you start off at? Was that a construction
Okay.
wireman level two?
No, I started off as a construction wireman, number one
One.
worker, and took the advancement test to become a two, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking the advancement test for be a CW3 in October. So
Have you taken any classes at the training center then since
yeah,
you come on board?
yeah, I did classes at the JATC, MEJATC,
Mm-hmm.
first aid, code of excellence, my NAP 70E.
Yes.
There's so many different ones. You know what I'm saying, you take just over the course of time to keep your CEUs up, and but I take them just because I want to learn. Even though I'm not in an apprenticeship, I work the CW program just like it's still school.
Yep. Very
You know.
good. So you've advanced to a CW2. So let me ask you this: lose track of time, but how long have you been a member of Local 494? When did you come on board?
It was December 2021. I can't
Okay.
say the exact date, but
Yeah.
it was December 21.
So we're approaching
The
4 years
4 years.
by the end of this year, which is
All right.
crazy.
Yeah.
So since you've come on board, what do you think is one of the more favorite things that you've done in the field as far as a construction wireman? Things you've learned, if you will.
Things I learned that I like pipe bending. You know what I'm saying? Kind of with bending, learning how to put in panels, learning how to land panels. Whether I'm learning how to do grounding, putting in ladder trays or basic trays, running circuits, material handling, everything, you know what I'm saying? Everything is new. So you have to pay attention to a lot of stuff because even though we're not working with live circuits, you know what I'm saying? It might be some circuits that's on and you have to know what's on and what's off and, you know what I'm saying? Be aware, you know what I'm saying, your surroundings and always be safe. At times the job is fun. I like it, because it's just there's a lot of things you could do in it, and major construction, it's a lot of mechanical work, but still on the electrical side, it's just it's just real fun to me. It's amazing just learning how many wires fit into a conduit and what size it had to be, and you have to know the math on this, and so it's always a lot of thinking to be done.
Mhm. So speaking of projects, and as you're starting to realize, some of these projects the general public will never be able to get into. So I'm curious, what's the current project that you're working on right now?
I'm in Racine working at Microsoft at the data process. I don't know if you call it a plant or what
Data
they call
center.
data
Yeah.
center. So that place, that's the biggest site I've been on, and coming in there in the beginning, going on the grounding crew, and not knowing that grounding plays a major part in anything in construction that's being done. So doing that was real fun because I never did anything like that. CAD welding, you know what I'm saying? Bending PVC pipe or heating PVC
Mm-hmm.
pipes with the blanket or
Mm-hmm.
or with the hot box.
Yep.
So doing all of that and forming the PVC just to run your 4-aught or 2-aught copper wire through. So it's been fun to me.
So with all the things you're learning, I mean, especially you mentioned the grounding, which honestly that can be one of the more confusing topics on a job site, but at the same time, as you pointed out, one of the more important things. And even with the pipe bending, it's nice to step back because it's literally a form of art when it's done.
Oh yeah, now kind of with bending. I mean, I was working with a young guy named Blake. He's a master electrician. You know what I'm saying? And everyone, when people find out about him, it just be funny. But when Will's at the Wisconsin Center and Will's bending a conduit, we was in one of the maze and we didn't have a print for how they wanted things, and we just came up and I followed his lead, but he let me give out my little pointers and my suggestions, and we did it. And then it was like, man, this is slick because you got your offsets, your 90s, your kicks, your all type of different bends, and everything just flow right with one another. And that was one of the most important things he was always stressing to me. When you're doing stuff, when you piping and it's outside and it's visible, you want everything to be shown real smooth and flow together. And that's just one of the things, what I'm saying, I like doing. I'm trying to get better at the do.
That sounds like you had a wonderful instructor. That's
Yeah.
fantastic. So, John, where do you see yourself, let's say, in the next 3 years? What are your aspirations or goals?
Oh, next 3, hopefully in the next 2 years, I have my journeyman's license.
All right, very good. Yeah.
The next 2 years, I have my journeyman's license, but the 3 years for sure. My next, I'm pushing to have my journeyman's license. And just continue on in the trade and get, what I'm saying, get better and learn more. It's like it's a whole bunch to be learned in it. And I be running into people like, "Can you do this?" I don't do that. I don't have them skills yet.
At least you're honest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it be things people be asking questions about. So I just run back to work And I just asked one of the guys, hey, somebody asked me something about this. You know what I'm saying? What I supposed to tell them? You know what I'm saying? What suggestions do what you give me to give to them to fix that problem? So it just be interesting, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of stuff, it be you sit there and be trying to think about it, and like if you step back and just look at it a different way, you find a solution to the problem real fast.
What's helping you, from what I'm hearing, anyways, is someone comes to you with a question, you don't know the answer,
Mm-hmm.
and you go find that answer, that you're learning from that. And then at the same time, if someone comes back to you with that same question, you know how to answer it the next time. So
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that you're not afraid to ask questions, because it helps. So with that, have you had any discussions with anybody that you know personally outside of Local 494 that you've explained your story of being a construction wireman with the local, saying, hey, did you ever think about being an electrician?
I be trying to push this off onto everybody I meet, and you know what I'm saying, younger guys and guys that's coming from the type of background I was in. So I try to push it to them and understand. I look at it like this: before people just tell you to get a job, I sell them on the benefits of everything. You know what I'm saying? Even though you're gonna get paid weekly. I don't care if you just started today and they get paid Friday. It's a Wednesday. You're gonna get paid for them 2 days. But I let them know, work doing this in the trades period, you'll never be out of work. You got a trade, you got a skill, you can do what you need to do on your own. But it's important to learn it though, not just because you learn how to twist a wire now on a receptacle. You're an electrician. No, it's important to learn it. You know what I'm saying? Once you learn it, you have fun. But some guys, I don't know, they wait till they hit rock bottom to really go get into it. But I try to push them into it all the time. I called you a couple of times and was hoping that the guys would have came up here and filled out the application and got involved in it. But I can only tell them so much.
Absolutely.
I try to sell it the best way I can, you know what I'm saying? Tell them about all the benefits and everything. But hey.
And I think with you telling them about the benefits, I think you're actually taking it beyond just it's a job, it's a career now, because there are benefits involved.
Right.
Setting you up to win in retirement. So that's wonderful that you're out there preaching the good word.
Yeah.
So, John, I guess as we start to wrap things up, do you have any final thoughts on any of the topics that we talked about, or maybe something we didn't talk about that maybe you want to hit on?
I mean, for anybody that's looking to get into becoming an electrician, I advise them to go ahead and do it. Whether you once you get in, you get right into your apprenticeship, or you do it. You know what I'm saying? Do the CW way. However way you decide to do it, don't get into it because it's only gonna help you. It's not gonna hurt you. You can't lose.
The correlation of being a union member and having those benefits, absolutely. And if I'm hearing you right, too, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
Very good.
Because I'm learning about stuff I didn't never even know what involved with electrician, where guys is on helicopters cleaning off big power lines. You know what I'm saying? And if I'd have knew about that when I was younger, I probably didn't jump into it.
Yes, so you can even do that if you wanted to in this field. Yes.
It's different. It's different things in the field of electrician that you can do, whether it's sitting behind the desk or out in the field. It's so many things from high voltage to low voltage, anything. It's a lot of things you can do in this and be successful and have a good life at it.
Well, John, really appreciate taking the time.
All right, thank you, Mr. Jacob. Appreciate you.